Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something a little different from just the tarot card reading, and I thought I would, talk to you guys about fear. Specifically because fear is something that I feel everyone feels at any point of time. We feel it in different ways, shapes and forms. We feel it at different intensities, and it's something that I definitely have also dealt with in my life. So I thought, why not speak to you guys about what fear is and, um, just about it. So, fear is nothing but our expectations being met in the future. Now, what I mean by this is that if you're always living in the future, we do not live in the present. So when we're living in this, I don't know what's going to happen, in this uncertainty, is when we are living in fear, because we do not know what the future will hold. No matter what happens, because like I say, our future is an outcome of the choices that we make right now. So you can create your own future, right? But if we are always living in the future, and if suppose we have the most probable outcome of something which is not nice as per us, we will never be able to change that outcome, because we're still always living in the future, when the present, the now moment, is actually teaching us things, giving us the tools, helping us actually come out of these places that will then in turn help us have a better future. We are kind of not doing that. Hence we are all stuck in this loop of this cycle of these patterns that keep repeating itself in different ways, and we always are like, what, why is my life so upsetting, why is someone else having it, and so on and so forth. So I really feel that fear is an emotion that comes when we're living in the future, when we have expectations from the future. Now don't get me wrong, okay, like all of us have expectations, all of us have goals, and that's why we're working towards them, right? Whatever way it is, whether it's in your relationship, in your personal life, in your career, with anything, like we're always wanting to get to one particular place, and that's great, because that's what we as humans have, and that's not wrong. But what I feel is what would cause um, um, a hindrance is the fact that we're always living in the future. The minute that you start living in the present, you will be able to learn those lessons that you need to learn to be able to create a different outcome in the future. So when we're living again in the future, we're giving this charge, right? Fear is nothing but a charge. What I mean by charge is when we attach a negative emotion. Now, fear is a part of those negative emotions, right? Because we basically do not trust. When we don't trust in ourselves, we don't trust in the fact that the universe is giving us whatever we need, even if it may not be what we want, we are then attaching this negative charge to the outcome. We're so fixated on the outcome that we forget to be in the process. And believe you me, the process is what helps us. And I know that we go through the process because we want a particular outcome, and it's completely fine. But the minute that you start living in the present, the minute that you start saying and seeing the lessons that are coming to you, the minute that you start giving a different response, the minute that you take your power back away from the futuristic outcome, you stop living in fear. And that is truly what I believe is what we as humans, if we master it or learn it or figure it out, will really set us free. Of course, now fear comes in different ways, shapes, and forms. Fear is also something that can come from the external, right? But in the end, our external is just a reflection of our internal. So the minute that we start, just seeing what is there in front of us right now, and the minute that we start understanding the reason that the things happening right now are for a reason, you will get that desired outcome. So when you get the desired outcome, you will believe more in yourself. And then the more that you believe in yourself, the less of fear that you have, because then you start trusting. You trust the present. You know that, okay, whatever happens in the end, whatever is going to happen is going to be for my own good, for my own benefit. It may not necessarily be what I expected. Now when I say that, I'm not saying that it can be worse. It may be different from what you want, what you expect that you want. Because in the present, when you're staying in the present, you start growing. And the minute that you start growing, the most suited outcome for you is what takes place in the future. So let me give an example. So for me, okay, if I want to make money, right? I think that's what most of us are, the space that we're in, majority of us. If I want to make money, right, and I'm worrying that, oh my god, I'm not getting it, I'm giving this lack charge. So I'm basically staying in this lack mentality to say, oh my god, I'm not receiving the abundance, I'm not receiving. But if I'm in the present and I'm saying, okay, maybe I'm not, maybe this fear is coming from the fact that I feel like I'm not good enough. Let's work on that. Maybe I feel like I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy of the money coming, and hence I'm stopping myself. Let's work on that. So the more that I start working on myself with whatever signs are coming to me from the universe, people, whatever you, God, however you'd like to, whatever resonates with you, that's when, I will be like, okay, and then I start removing these layers which are actually blocking this abundance or the most desired outcome from coming my way. So the minute that I do that, I then start to actually get what I want. Maybe I'll also attract more than what I initially thought, because I feel like I am, putting myself into this little box where I'm like, no, I should only earn this much. But now that is also coming from feeling of not feeling good enough. If I work on that, I will then say, no, you know what? I deserve so much more. So you are also changing your future to have a better outcome. So you see what I'm saying? So fear, I feel, is something that comes to us because we're too busy living in the future. We're too attached to the outcome. And the minute that you shift your focus from the future to the present, to where you are, no matter how frustrating it might be, no matter how disheartening it might be, no matter how, not nice the situation that you are in may be, the minute that you start taking these lessons that are being shown to you, reflected to you on the outside, and you start changing and shifting internally, I promise you, you will be getting a lot more than what you initially thought that you deserved or wanted. You will then not have this fear because you will trust. You will trust and know that because you are in the present and you're actually seeing things for the way that they truly are, there's no need to have fear, because whatever is to come for you will come for you. Right? Whether it's the relationship, whether it's the money, whether it's the job, whether it's the house that you want, anything materialistic, anything, when it comes to love, relationships, you will then start seeing that you start attracting so much more than you initially wanted, because you remove the charge of fear, you take your power back. And that is something that I have genuinely learned and learning. Okay, I'm not going to say I'm learned, I'm not like completely there, but I do see the changes that have happened with this, and I truly feel that this is a way to really get your most desired outcome without attaching any sort of negative connotation with it, without living in fear. So yeah, guys, start living in the present. See what, your outside is trying to tell you. Take those messages, go inside, work on yourself, and you will start attracting so much more than you thought. And you will not have the fear, because you will believe in yourself. I also feel that fear comes from lack of self-belief, self-doubt. So the more that you start believing in yourself, the less self-doubt you have, the more you can achieve everything that you want. So yeah, I mean, I know fear is a very big topic, but I feel like this is the underlining message which can be used in all aspects of fear. And yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may guys have, or if there are any other sorts of things you'd like to know about. I would love to hear about it, and do my best to answer it in a way that would resonate with you guys, I guess. So stay happy, and yeah, just live in the moment, because that's where magic happens. Take care, guys, and I will see you very soon. Lots of love.